Dakota, your dress just came unhooked. You're right.
My dress just...
Should I get some scotch
just
tape?
fell off.
Oops, Elizabeth Olsen suffers a windy wardrobe malfunction.
When late-night show guests suffer wardrobe malfunctions, it's the kind of TV moment you can't unsee. From unexpected slips to outfits gone rogue, these on-air fashion fails weren't just embarrassing. They were impossible to look away from. Some stars laughed it off, others panicked. But every single moment became unforgettable. Stay tuned as we list the most shocking wardrobe malfunctions ever caught on late-night shows. Jack Black. Jack Black has always brought chaos in the best way possible to every talk show he steps on, but nothing prepared the Tonight Show audience for what happened on March 31st, 2025. Promoting Minecraft, the movie, Jack made a grand entrance in true Black fashion, rocking a pixelated electric guitar, strutting through the crowd, and bouncing with the energy of a guy who'd had 3 espresso shots too many. But just as he was nearing the stage, physics and fashion teamed up against him. Mid-leap, Jack's pants betrayed him. They slipped straight down to his knees, revealing a bold pair of red and black boxers. It was the kind of moment that could have been painfully awkward if it happened to literally anyone else. But Jack, ever the pro, barely missed a beat. He casually hugged Jimmy Fallon, using the embrace as a human shield while adjusting himself. Then, instead of pretending it didn't happen, he leaned into it, blowing kisses to the audience, doing a few ridiculous high kicks, and grinning ear to ear. With Jimmy making a joke saying, "That's how an entrance is made, you bring the heat on." Jack humorously responded saying a belt is what he didn't bring, like it was the most normal explanation for losing your pants on national television. Fallon burst into laughter, and the audience followed suit. No one was uncomfortable, only entertained. Because when it comes to wardrobe malfunctions, Jack Black didn't just survive one. He made it the moment of the night. In less than 24 hours, the clip was already making rounds on social media, with fans calling it the most Jack Black thing to ever happen. And honestly, they weren't wrong. It's one thing to lose your pants in front of millions. It's another thing entirely to turn it into a comedy set. Next up, Dakota Johnson's elegant dress takes a nosedive on Jimmy Kimmel Live, and let's just say she handled it like a pro. Dakota Johnson. Dakota Johnson walked onto Jimmy Kimmel Live looking every inch the Hollywood star. Sleek black Bottega Veneta dress, subtle gold straps, a kind of effortless elegance that says, "I'm here to promote a film, not cause a scene." Unfortunately, her dress didn't get the memo. Midway through the interview, right as Kimmel was trying to introduce a clip from her movie, Daddio, one of those chic gold straps gave up completely, unhooking itself like it had somewhere else to be. Kimmel noticed it immediately. "Dakota, your dress just came unhooked." Dakota didn't flinch. She just looked down, gave a little shrug, and replied with all the chill in the world. She then spent the rest of the segment doing a surprisingly effective job of holding the top of the dress together with one hand while carrying on the conversation like nothing happened. At one point, Kimmel offered her some Scotch tape, which she politely declined. It was a masterclass in how to survive a wardrobe malfunction with composure, charm, and just the right amount of sarcasm. The moment could have easily derailed the entire appearance. Instead, Dakota somehow managed to turn it into part of the bit. As the conversation shifted to the infamous dick pic scene in Daddio, the irony of her holding her broken dress together while discussing phallic photo research wasn't lost on anyone, least of all her. By the end, she simply smiled and said, the movie is really good. And that was that. The clip went viral almost instantly. Fans called it peak Dakota, cool, unfazed, and just slightly chaotic. Because, let's be honest, it takes real talent to sell a movie while holding your dress together with one hand and your dignity with the other. Jenna Fischer. On April 3, 2018, Jenna Fischer, known for her role in The Office, arrived on Jimmy Kimmel Live to promote her ABC show Splitting Up Together. She was scheduled to appear in a glamorous dress, but minutes before going live, her zipper snapped. With no time to change, Jenna made a bold and humorous choice. She wrapped a towel around her torso and paired it with jeans, appearing on air in what she cheekily described as the most comfortable outfit she'd ever worn. Live on camera, she confessed to the audience and host Jimmy Kimmel, saying she waited too long to get dressed and then her zipper broke. Despite the obvious embarrassment, she settled into the segment calmly, even commenting that even though she is freaking out, she has never been more comfortable physically. Kimmel responded with supportive humor, quipping that he feels like he ran into her at the spa. Her wardrobe malfunction instantly became a crowd-pleasing moment that showed professionalism and quick thinking when fashion fails strike on live TV. Jenna's towel-top look wasn't flashy, but it carried far more charm than a failed zipper ever could. She embraced the awkwardness, narrated the mishap with warm self-deprecation, and kept the show rolling without missing a beat. Her ability to lighten an unexpected situation turned a potential nightmare into a memorable late-night moment. The clip and accompanying news recount became popular online, with fans praising her authenticity and sense of humor under pressure. This segment reminds viewers that sometimes the smoothest handling of a fashion fail is honest improvisation, and a towel if needed. And that authenticity can resonate more than the most meticulously styled outfit ever could. Jenna's moment was unforgettable. But is it the most shocking one? Keep watching. You might be surprised who tops the list. Mark Consuelos. On the March 12, 2024 episode, Mark walked out on stage looking perfectly polished, until co-host and wife Kelly Ripa leaned over and whispered something that made him freeze. She muttered to him mid-segment saying, "Your fly is down." And just like that, what was supposed to be a smooth entrance turned into a national fashion fumble. With a smile and a laugh, Mark adjusted his outfit discreetly, but the moment had already gone viral. Fans didn't miss the brief zipper crisis, and neither did Kelly. She quipped, "It's happened to all of us. Only yours just happened to do it in front of millions of people." The audience erupted in laughter, turning a potential embarrassment into one of the show's most light-hearted moments of the season. To his credit, Mark took it all in stride. He joked later on, saying he got dressed in the dark. The incident made headlines across celebrity news sites, with New York Post, People, and Entertainment Weekly covering the wardrobe whoopsie in detail. It wasn't dramatic, flashy, or catastrophic, but it was live, it was real, and it was impossible to look away from once you noticed. This brief zipper malfunction served up a perfect example of the unexpected charm that comes with live TV. One minute you're discussing weekend plans, and the next, you're accidentally flashing them. Denise Richards. Denise Richards appeared on Live with Kelly and Mark in early 2024 to promote her Lifetime project, Hunting Housewives. She wore a short, light blue dress that, while stylish, placed her in a bit of a delicate live TV scenario. According to reports by The Sun and MeWW, Denise sat with her legs crossed for nearly the entire interview to prevent any accidental exposure. While she maintained composure, the hem of her dress rode up just enough that her thighs and upper legs were more exposed than intended, though nothing explicit ever happened. The risk was real, But the wardrobe malfunction remained a close call, not a crisis. Kelly Ripa, a pro at Grace on Air, didn't make a scene. There was no announcement or dramatic camera cutaway, just quiet awareness and subtle on-camera adjustments on Denise's part. The actress shifted her position mid-conversation to ensure modesty, while continuing to engage in discussion about her show as if nothing had happened. Later, coverage emphasized that fans described it as a close call, praising the decorum and maturity displayed during the brief moment of tension. What makes this highlight-worthy is how the energy shifted, not because of an actual outfit failure, but because viewers realized how easily that could have happened. Denise and Kelly navigated that near disaster with tact and poise, reminding us that live TV can be as much about what almost occurs as what visibly unfolds. Ryan Seacrest, guest hosting live with Kelly and Ryan in early August 2022, faced a classic live TV hiccup. He started the segment unaware that his pants zipper was completely undone. Within moments of sitting down, Carson Kressley quipped, saying he guessed Ryan is just happy to see him, referencing the visible fly. Seacrest's immediate realization was delivered with a mix of embarrassment and good humor. He joked his outfit was last minute, saying he just threw this on and laughed, acknowledging the wardrobe failed without panic. This could have derailed a morning chat, but Seacrest handled it with genial charm. The atmosphere shifted from awkward to comedic in seconds. Seacrest moved into the episode as if nothing had gone awry. No dramatic music, no abrupt cutaways, just real-time recovery. People covered the incident, noting how gracefully he moved forward and how quickly the show pivoted back into normal rhythm. Fans later praised him on social media for owning the moment like a polished professional. Jessica Simpson made a rare daytime TV comeback on the Today Show to promote her new music after nearly 15 years out of the spotlight. She looked stunning in a satin corseted gown until the corset betrayed her. Mid-performance of her song on live television, the gown slipped, revealing a flash of a pink bra beneath. Exactly the kind of unexpected wardrobe collapse that makes viewers lean closer. Rather than freeze, Simpson kept singing. She paused briefly, gave the camera a quizzical look, and gently adjusted the gown. Then she laughed it off. After finishing the song, she joked with the hosts, saying of course she had a malfunction here and everywhere, but it's okay. And she thinks her boobs stayed in, so it's okay. That moment of candid humor turned a potential embarrassment into a feel-good moment on live broadcast. There was no awkward interruption, just seamless professionalism. You'd think viewers might have cringed, but instead, they shared applause for Simpson's cool composure and self-deprecating wit under pressure. Reporters praised her for handling the unplanned reveal with grace, reminding audiences that even unexpected slips can become moments of authenticity. It wasn't a talk show in the late-night sense, but The Today Show is undoubtedly a live morning talk program, perfectly fitting the criteria. The malfunction happened during a live performance and was addressed gracefully. Jessica proved she could perform through fashion failure and still own the stage. Jennifer Lopez walked onto the Ellen DeGeneres show looking fabulous in a blue front-slit dress, ready to bring dance floor energy to daytime TV. In mid-interview, Ellen persuaded her to stand up and show a quick routine. With one rapid move, probably meant to demonstrate her choreography, the slit in the dress flew open wide. That opened the door to a glimpse of her Spanx, which flashed awkwardly across the screen. Instantly, J.Lo gasped, "Oh, my Spanx!" as Ellen's live audience and millions at home caught the surprise moment. But in typical Lopez fashion, she didn't panic. Instead, she laughed it off and resumed her dance step with a playful jab, saying if she didn't have Jer Spanx showing, she could have done it better, breaking any tension and turning it into goofball gold on live TV. What makes this genuine wardrobe mishap stand out is how it happened, not behind the scenes, but during a televised dance sequence. It wasn't a story she told out later, it went down live, on camera, with her reaction part of the show. Ellen and her team didn't cut away. Instead, they let J-Lo reel it back elegantly with style and humor. Eva Longoria. Eva Longoria appeared on David Letterman's show dressed in a daring tuxedo outfit. A minimalist blazer with no shirt or bra underneath, and matching short bottoms. The style was bold enough to command attention, but as she laughed at one of Letterman's jokes, the seams betrayed her. One button popped undone, threatening a nip slip right in the middle of the live interview. Realizing quickly, Eva paused and looked down, chuckling, before turning to Letterman with a playful apology. Letterman responded with trademark dry wit. "Oh Lord, we're going to lose our liquor license." There was no awkward freeze or abrupt cutaway, just genuine reaction and live TV improv at its best. Eva adjusted her outfit mid-segment, while Letterman skillfully maintained the tone of the show with humor rather than alarm. Media coverage went beyond snark. CBS News described the moment as a wardrobe malfunction that was almost more revealing than the interview itself, while Entertainment Weekly noted how smoothly Eva recovered under duress. The story is still referenced in lookbacks of celebrity TV slip-ups and ranked among Letterman's most memorable unscripted guest moments. Sarah McDaniel. Former Playboy model. Sarah McDaniel arrived on The Late Show in early 2016, dressed in a striking strapless gown. As the interview began, it became painfully clear that the dress had a mind of its own. Gravity was winning. The fabric began sliding down, threatening to expose more than intended. Colbert, ever the consummate professional, didn't flinch. Instead, he calmly offered her a paper towel, jokingly asking if he could get her some duct tape or a poncho, while helping cover her slipping neckline with a napkin. McDaniel was visibly uncomfortable, her hands tentatively attempting to maintain modesty as she continued to teach Colbert how to take the perfect selfie. She later described the experience as probably the worst moment of her life during a reaction video interview. Yet, during the broadcast, she soldiered on with composure and humor, never losing sight of her poise under pressure. What makes this instance memorable and genuinely talk show-worthy is that it was happening live on camera with no edit, no reshoot, just real-time wardrobe malfunction and real-time solution. Colbert's quick-thinking humor diffused the tension, while McDaniel's awkward endurance kept the segment going. The audience laughed and cringed in equal measure when the napkin rescue occurred, but tenderness quickly followed as the show pivoted back to light conversation. Viewers and media praised the duo for turning a potentially humiliating moment into a viral highlight. The YouTube clip soared past tens of millions of views as fans applauded the professional compassion from Colbert and McDaniel's courage in staying composed. This incident cemented itself as a classic talk show wardrobe fail. Unexpected, visual, and handled with genuine care. Bethenny Frankel. During the live interview, Bethenny was challenged by Anderson Cooper to drop down and demonstrate her push-up routine. She eagerly complied, dropping to her hands and knees on set. In an instant, her short dress flew upward, revealing her underwear to the studio audience and the camera. The live feed blurred the exposure, but the visual slip was unmistakable. Bethenny turned beet red and sat up quickly, visibly mortified. Cooper, shaking with laughter, leaned into the awkwardness with a grin and teased, "That entire side of the room is like, yes!" And the other side is like, "What did we miss?" Bethenny laughed along, self-deprecating, asking, "How did it look? You saw pink?" Acknowledging the slip with humor and swiftly pivoting back to the interview. Rather than exit in embarrassment or skip to a commercial, Bethenny continued the segment, albeit blinking in surprise, as she tried to regain composure. Her candid follow-up on social media reflected her usual candid style. She labeled it a major snooky moment, referencing her bold previous public antics and showing she was handling it with her trademark resilient wit. The incident went viral almost immediately, with media outlets highlighting the candid nature of the uncluttered slip-up on a mainstream talk show. Fans praised her ability to recover gracefully, and Anderson's light-hearted reaction was credited for preventing it from becoming a serious on-air disaster. Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton looked dazzling when she appeared on The Tonight Show to promote her Peacock docuseries Paris in Love. Her lime green sequined dress shimmered under the lights, but what really stole the fans' attention were her mismatched heels. One foot wore a sleek nude Giuseppe Zanotti pump, the other a crystal-embellished stiletto of the same brand. It was not intentional fashion asymmetry, more likely a pre-show rush gone wrong. Fallon, ever the comedian, didn't miss the chance to have fun with it. He later posted a playful edit on Instagram, set to, "Oh no, oh no, oh no, no, no," zooming in on her feet entering the stage. Paris responded on social media with laughter and a facepalm emoji, acknowledging the blunder and even referencing that she might have been dressed in a hurry to watch her own finale episodes. Paris didn't pretend it wasn't happening. She owned it, laughed about it, and used it seamlessly to promote her show. The incident spurred articles across multiple outlets and social chatter about her ability to stay composed during a fashion oops. Now, let's move on to on-stage wardrobe mishaps. Katherine Heigl. Katherine Heigl is no stranger to being in the spotlight, but even she couldn't predict her red carpet gown would try to escape mid-speech. During the 2010 Show West Awards in Las Vegas, where she was being honored as Female Star of the Year, Heigl took the stage in a stunning fuchsia dress with spaghetti straps, only for one of those straps to dramatically snap while she was speaking. It was the kind of moment every celebrity dreads. Standing in front of an audience, camera lights glaring, holding an award, and suddenly feeling your dress lose structural integrity. The strap fell completely off her shoulder, threatening to reveal more than anyone bargained for. But Heigl didn't panic. Instead, she caught it instantly and kept one hand firmly on her bust line while continuing her speech like a seasoned pro. A nearby presenter, extra host Billy Bush, stepped in to help hold her strap up while she wrapped things up with a grin and a bit of self-deprecating humor. The moment, of course, made headlines and was broadcast widely. Photos and clips spread across the internet, with outlets praising Heigl's grace under pressure and her ability to laugh at the situation. It wasn't a live talk show setting, but it played out live in front of cameras and an audience, making it one of the more memorable on-stage wardrobe mishaps of the decade. Heigl later joked about the ordeal in interviews, calling it mortifying but funny, proving that even during fashion emergencies, timing and a sense of humor can go a long way. Elizabeth Olsen. Elizabeth Olsen, widely known for her poised demeanor and polished fashion sense, rarely finds herself in fashion headlines for the wrong reasons. But even the best-dressed stars can fall victim to unpredictable moments, especially when Parisian winds get involved. In 2015, while promoting Avengers: Age of Ultron during a press event in Paris, Olsen experienced a red carpet wardrobe hiccup that was as unplanned as it was unforgettable. Wearing a flowing cream skirt and crop top ensemble, Olsen posed for photographers outside the event venue. All was going smoothly until a gust of wind picked up and lifted her skirt Marilyn Monroe style, catching her slightly off guard in front of the flashing cameras. For a brief second, the usually composed star found herself managing a sudden updraft. And while it wasn't an explicit reveal, it was enough to create a flurry of tabloid headlines. But in true Olsen fashion, she handled the moment with charm and a relaxed laugh. She quickly smoothed her outfit down and continued posing, smiling through the moment like nothing had happened. There were no dramatics, no panic, just a confident recovery from a moment entirely out of her control. It was a small misstep, but one that fans appreciated for its relatability and her effortless composure. Though this wasn't a talk show incident, it played out in front of a live press corps and was captured from all angles, instantly circulating online. Commenters praised her for not overreacting and simply laughing it off, a move that only boosted her image as cool, collected, and totally human. Sometimes it's not about whether a wardrobe malfunction happens, it's about how you handle it when it does. And in Elizabeth Olsen's case, grace clearly runs in the family. Chrissy Teigen. Chrissy Teigen knows how to own the spotlight, but at the 2015 CFDA Fashion Awards, it was her dress that stole the show. Wearing a pristine white gown by Solace London, she walked the red carpet with confidence. But later in the evening, her center slit took on a life of its own, ripping dramatically upward by nearly 5 inches, right under the gaze of cameras and photographers. Rather than panic, Teigen had the perfect response. She pulled out her vintage Swarovski clutch and used it to artfully cover the tear, a move she shared on Instagram with her trademark bite of self-awareness. Her caption read, "Wardrobe malfunction of the highest caliber. Let's just say the slit took it upon itself to rip 5 inches higher." Fans and media outlets alike applauded her quick thinking and humor. E! News praised her for keeping things light instead of letting a fashion fail become a headline disaster. Teigen's ability to laugh it off and make the mishap feel casual rather than catastrophic reinforced her charm and her mastery of fashion recovery. Sofia Vergara. At the 2012 Emmy Awards, Sofia Vergara experienced what many stars dread: a live wardrobe malfunction that almost ruined the moment her hit show, Modern Family, took home the trophy for Outstanding Comedy Series. According to coverage by Us Weekly, TV Guide, Daily Beast, and People, Vergara's teal Zuhair Murad gown split down the back just 20 minutes before she joined her cast on stage. The tear exposed her backside in full, but rather than panic, she handled it with class. She quickly ducked backstage, covered herself with her fiancé's jacket, and let her crew perform an emergency fix. Seconds later, she was back in the same gown, presenting alongside her ensemble to accept the Emmy. 5 inches of exposed scene didn't keep her down for long. Vergara later shared a photo of the split on social media, captioned, "Yes! This happened 20 minutes before we won." That tweet perfectly captured her outlook, lighthearted and unfazed. Backstage sources confirmed stylists quickly stitched the tear just in time, even as cameras started rolling again. This moment became a legend among red carpet fashion fails, not because it went viral, but because of how Sofia turned it into a trademark story, celebrated with humor, professionalism, and zero interruption to her big win. While not part of a talk show segment, it was live, unscripted, and broadcast in real time. That zipper failure didn't derail the celebration, it enriched it. Taylor Swift. During her May 19, 2024 concert in Stockholm, Sweden, part of the Global Eras Tour, Taylor Swift encountered an unexpected wardrobe hiccup during a surprise acoustic set. In the middle of her performance, the mic pack attached beneath her wrap dress came undone. Instead of stopping, she paused, addressed the audience with, "Just talk amongst yourselves," and proceeded to perform while struggling with her dress. Eventually, one of her crew members helped secure the outfit, preventing further reveal. Taylor calmly sat at her piano bench and began to unfasten her blue wrap dress for better access to the malfunctioning mic apparatus. As she adjusted, the garment loosened enough to show her sparkling gold bra top and black shorts underneath, part of her Tortured Poets department set. She smiled, laughed, and waited for help without dramatically interrupting the flow of her show. Once assistance arrived and the dress was fixed, she launched into the first live performance of How Did It End, earning cheers from the crowd. Reports from Entertainment Tonight, Newsweek, and Hindustan Times praised Taylor's professionalism, noting that she handled the issue with poise and humor. From late-night talk shows and award show to live TV concerts, wardrobe malfunctions are practically a genre. Which celeb handled it better? Scroll for more and cast your vote. Nicki Minaj. Nicki performed energetic hits from her early album Pink Friday, including Moment for Life and Super Bass, under bright New York City sunshine. Midway through the set, her halter-style top loosened unexpectedly and slipped, briefly exposing her left nipple to the live broadcast. Viewers on the East Coast who tuned into the live feed witnessed it unfiltered, despite ABC employing a 5-second delay that rendered later feeds safe. The network issued an apology afterward, calling it a wardrobe malfunction that shouldn't have aired. Minaj handled the mishap with composure. She noticed the slip instantly, pulled her top back into place without pausing her performance, and didn't break her flow. Nicki later discussed the moment on Watch What Happens Live, calling it her worst live fashion fail up to that point, and joking that her fans didn't warn her. This incident was documented by major outlets like CBS News and Hindustan Times, and it circulated rapidly online via fan recordings. The BBC News also referenced the network apology, emphasizing the real-time nature of the slip. Madonna. Madonna's return to the Brit Awards was supposed to be an epic entrance. She ascended a staircase wearing a voluminous cape, dramatic and fitting of her stage persona. But as she descended, the cape failed to detach, dragging her backward down a few steps. She hit the stage hard, but paused only briefly. The music played on, and she stood and resumed singing, effortlessly turning a fall into a moment of performance resilience. Afterward, she took to social media and called it a wardrobe malfunction, saying her beautiful cape was too tight. She revealed later that she had whiplash and received backstage care, but she insisted her fall wouldn't stop her. The show moved forward seamlessly. That fall generated headlines and dozens of viewer reactions praising her poise under pressure. Instead of letting the wardrobe ruin the moment, Madonna reclaimed it with grace and minimal disruption. Miley Cyrus. On December 31st, 2021, Miley Cyrus rang in 2022 as co-host and headliner of her NBC special, Miley's New Year's Eve Party in Miami. As she launched into her hit song Party in the USA, the glittery silver halter top she was wearing unexpectedly came undone. To the live East Coast broadcast audience, her top slipped down completely, exposing her chest on national television before the 5-second delay could kick in. Without missing a beat, Miley gripped the stray top to her body, turned her back to the camera, and exited stage left, while her band and backup singers continued the track. She reappeared within moments wearing a red blazer she had worn earlier, leaving the crowd in Miami and at home buzzing. In typical Cyrus fashion, she quipped, "Everybody's definitely looking at her now," before adding, saying she is still in the most clothes that she has ever wore on stage. She handled that wardrobe malfunction like a pro, seamlessly blending takeaway humor with performance continuity. One viewer commented online. Another noted, "If more people handled slip-ups like that, the world might be a calmer place." If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and click on the next video shown on your screen.